what up, what up? So, the title of today is As a Man or Woman Thinketh, right? As a man, woman thinketh. So, I say that because today I went to Barnes and Noble and I was reading this book I've been reading called Getting Out of Your Own Way. It's by Tyrese. It's a good read, by the way. It's a good read. So the book in this chapter, he's talking about loving yourself, right? And so he starts talking about thinking, right? He goes on to say that basically that our our bodies will only do what our mind says, right? So he has this quote. I'm gonna read it and then we can talk about it a little deeper. Okay, so the quote was this: "There's more to it than just thinking I need to change. You need to change your actions. Everything you think, do, and say is a result of how much you love yourself. And how much you love yourself depends on your mindset. If your mindset changes, everything in your life can change too. The day you start thinking differently, your life will become different." So, yeah, I thought that was major. I mean, that was a really heavy hitter for me. I really could identify with that, and I think sometimes we know behaviors in our life need to change. Like, let me speak openly and transparently. Probably for the past maybe like 2 years, I was kind of aware of certain things that needed to change in my life, but I was just unwilling, right? I didn't love myself enough to say, "Hey, how is this serving you as a person? How is this helping you by doing these type of behaviors?" But just unwilling to change because I didn't love myself enough to do so. But I knew I needed to change. Like, I was completely aware of it, but I was just unwilling to do so. So I think the thing that that he speaks to in that particular quote is that actions is how we change. Like, once we're aware of something, we change it with our actions. Now, it's not easy. I think anytime that we're stretching and we're pushing beyond our comfort zone, it's definitely not easy. And I'm not even going to sit here and say that, hey, this transition has been easy at all, because it's not. It's very uncomfortable sometimes, but still got to keep pushing, because I understand that for us, this whole thing that we're doing, every day we wake up, it's all about us becoming the best version of ourselves, right? So then he goes on to say that everything you think, do, and say is a result of how much you love yourself, and how much you love yourself depends on your mindset. So again, as I just said, it's about self-love. If we know certain things aren't serving us, by loving ourselves, we're going to make different decisions, right? We're going to change our mindset around those things first, right? So then he goes on to say that if your mindset changes, everything in your life can change too. The day you start thinking differently, your life will become different. And that is so true, right? It almost links to the quote. It says, "Whether you think you can or can't, either way you right." So our mindset is really everything, right? I mean, this was a prime example, right? Mindset is everything. So in addition to me sitting in that Barnes and Noble, I was sitting in this Barnes and Noble. This guy, he comes up to me. He hands me a card and it was like a little flag pin, right? So on the card he says, "I'm deaf, but I'm raising money and I'm selling these pens to make money." That's what he said on there, right? And so I was like, "Oh, okay." So I gave the man a couple dollars or whatever. But it really inspired me though, because I was like, man, mindset is everything. Like, he could have easily been like, "Okay, I have this disability, and so I'm not gonna, do what I gotta do." But it meant nothing. Like, it meant absolutely nothing. He was just like, "Yo, this is what I'm doing," and he didn't even ask. He was just like, "Here." Like, didn't even ask, just extremely confident, extremely bold, and doing what he had to do. So he really inspired me. Like, I went up to him after, and I was like, "Hey," I really admire what you did back there. I said, "I admire your boldness. I appreciate that." And he was like, "Thank you." He's like, "My name is Tad," or whatever. He told me to write it down, and he wrote it back. He was like, his name was Tad or whatever. So I just thought that was so cool, because that's a mindset right there. So, because if we really look at that, it's like, like we're able to hear, and I'm able to speak and stuff like that. and it didn't stop him. So why should I limit myself either? There are no limitations, but it's all about how we think about things. It's all about our perceptions. It's all about what we believe to be true, because it's just like they say in The Secret, thoughts become things. Whatever we think, we can make those things happen, right? So if we think that there are limits, or we think that certain excuses is why things can't happen, then that's what's going to manifest for us. So changing your mindset will change your life. Like, I think I am, at this moment, living proof. Because I feel like over the past couple months, drastic changes, because my mindset has changed. My mind has changed. Not saying it's easy, because it's still things that I struggle with. So let me not say that, I'm just perfect. And yeah, that's not true. But I see in many different ways how much stronger I'm getting, and how I'm starting to believe that certain things are possible just because a shift in mindset is everything. And so that was my big takeaway today. Mindset, thinking is everything. So as a man thinketh, as is he, right? As a man thinketh, so is he. That's what it is. As a man thinketh, so is he. So I think that if we could really think about that, use that, and think about our thinking, right? If we think positively, then we will manifest positive things in our life. Now, obviously, we got to get in and work. Now, let me not say that, if I just think $1 million is going to pop into the sky. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is if we think that things are possible, then we're going to do the work to get there, right? Because we think it's possible. However, if we think negatively, when we get that roadblock, we just going to stop. This can't happen. If we already say this can't happen, we get a roadblock that's going to stop us right there. Like, we're going to say, that can't happen. So I'm going to lay back, right? So what I'm saying is that if we think that certain things are possible, then we're going to do the things required to make those things happen, right? We're going to do whatever we can do to make those things happen. So that was my big takeaway today. The power of thinking. As a man thinketh, so is he. Whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you are right. So please subscribe, please share, because guess what, baby? It's all love. But it's the Dorky Jock signing off, baby. And I'm out.